this one really, really hurts, stings. I feel bad for those guys in that locker room. You know, most specifically the seniors. You know, we went into this thing as a one-game season. You know, having a bye next week and you know, continue to build upon the things that we've done, and you know, they've given it their all. You know, and you saw tonight they left everything out there. And it's, you know, and I kick myself to say where can I find those inches? What's on me to take that next step and to find a way to get them over that hump, to find those inches that are out there. You know, it's not from their effort, it's not from the lack of their effort. You know, there's some attention to detail things that we got to do, and there's some things we got to, you know, do a better job of. And I don't just mean as a player, I mean as a whole in everything that we do. And you know, that's why I'll lay awake on this one for quite a while. You know, especially with the bye week, and you know, and knowing the effort that those guys gave. So there's a lot of little things, as you know. I mean, the ability to be smart in the red zone, and you know, guys would ask some questions, but you know, we kind of generated the momentum of the game, and right there to getting the ball back with 59 seconds left, right there in the half, and we really truly believe that we take this thing into overtime. If we didn't get a first down or something right away, take this thing in the overtime. We got the momentum, and really feel like we're in a position we want to be in, and you know, but you know, got to find a way. Got to find a way to win, and I think that's the next biggest hurdle that we got to do, and you know, it's just not going to happen again.
Questions?
Was that the last play just a case of Hayden trying too hard or trying to do too much?
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's a tough situation right there, and you know, I know he doesn't want to just give in, but there's times and places when you know, when you just got to throw some things away and live to fight another down, and you know, kicking a field goal is not a bad thing. You know, so you know, we got to do a better job, and we got to put them in some situations and positions, and you know, have some answers for some of the things that are happening. You know, but we got to rely upon the guys too to make some of those decisions, and you know, it's about the preparation that we do for them.
Do you know what happened on that 4th and 26 where they completed the 28-yarder?
I don't know. I know we lost the edge a little bit there, and you know, they scrambled the thing down, make 27 yards on 4th and 26 or whatever it was, and you know, it starts with losing an edge. You know, and we're pressuring. I mean, the first 3 plays of overtime, we got to, you know, almost have a turnover. Should have got the ball, then a sack, and they give up a 4th and 27. And that's, you know, those are things where we, you know, you don't rep a whole lot of 4th and 27s or 3rd and 27s during the week, but it comes down to it, you got to be sound in what you're doing. If you let a guy scramble outside the pocket, you know, you're going to give him an option, and I think that's where you saw that they had the chance to make a play and they made it.
The guy who caught that, Trey Quinn, 17 catches, 186 yards. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, he did a good job. You know, it's not just him that gives them that. I mean, the other wideouts and the ability for the quarterback and you know, the ability to run the football, which they did better than I thought they could tonight. And I think that gave them an option and opened up some things. And, you know, we're having to play a little bit more off right now, just as we kind of gather ourselves and things like that. So that opens some of those situations too.
Coach, you've gone up against a lot of high-octane offensive teams in the past few weeks, and you went up against another one tonight. Do you think there was an improvement defensively?
Yeah, it's hard. We'll look back. There's some things we did well, but there's some things we got to continue to do. You know, and we're figuring out the way we need to play, and I think that's one of those things you're seeing a little bit. You know, we've got to set some edges better, and we got to find a way to, you know, not turn those bubbles into 10, 12-yard gains, but we got to find a way to be able to set the edge like we did at the end of the game. You know, the first play of overtime. You know, we finally come up, set an edge, cause a turnover, and you know, just don't get it. And there's the difference in winning and losing. It's right there. It's staring you right in the face. Everybody wants to say it's 4th and 27. It ain't 4th and 27. It's having the ability to pick the ball up. It's having the ability to throw the ball away. It's having the ability to make your field goals when you have a chance to make your field goals. That's the difference between winning and losing. It's not on the 4th and 27 play, you know, that everybody's going to have that glaring look at. It's the other things, those little things that we do on a daily basis that we got to do a lot better.
On the end of the half when Hayden took those 2 sacks, could he have gotten rid of that ball? Or
you know, again, we'll look. I mean, you can always get rid of the ball, you know, but that's one of those areas where we got it's going to be glaring at us too. Is, you know, right there at the end of the half, right there at the end of the game, you end up in some 4th and 35 situations instead of, you know, in the situation where maybe you got not a chip field goal, but a lot better opportunity. And if they did that, I'm sure that the dynamics of the game would have been different too. So I'm not pointing. There's not one specific thing. We got to find a way to get to turn it over. We got to find a way to get that momentum. We got a guy down. Got to find a way. You got an opportunity at overtime to get a turnover. You got to make it. They obviously did, and that's the difference in the ball game.
You talked earlier in the week about how you thought the competitiveness of the team was there last week against South Florida. What can you say to them, though, after a tough loss like this in which they really gave
It's something they don't want to hear. They don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it. I don't want to talk about it. You know, the ability to be close. You know, okay, what's that? At some point in time, you know, nobody wants to hear it anymore. And that's the reality. Those guys in that locker room looking at you with those eyes, you know, and you can't stand there and tell them they're closer, you're closer, you're closer. Well, you know, there's some seniors that are standing there and don't want to hear that because they got four games left, 5 games left, whatever, you know. But it's a reality. And the process is continuing to roll, but you know we got to accelerate it. And how do you do that? You know, by attention to detail, by finding a way, you know, of really committing to the things you're doing. And I'm not talking about not just talking about them. I'm talking about everybody. I'm talking about from the coaching staff, everything that we do. People are asking, you know, got a bye week, so what are you guys going to do? We're going to go back to work. You know, their bodies aren't. We aren't going to heal up and having a bye week. You know, the only thing that's going to heal a bit for us are our minds. They're going to have an opportunity to be away on Sunday, to be away on Monday. You know, to get your mind clear. You know, to try to kind of recess how important this is to you and how much you're willing to do to win. And I think that's what you really got to find out, you know, because this can become contagious when things just don't go your way and you have the ability to make excuses, and we won't allow ourselves to do that.
Season high in rushing yards today. What do you think made that happen?
Hand it off. You know, sometimes you get too fancy and too cute, and you know we want to zing it, throw it out there too often. But sometimes you just got to hand it. You know, I think Jared Dokes and those guys, and Mike Warren and Mike Boone, and those guys did a good job. I mean, it's not always like you're just standing there with nobody in the hole. You know, they saw some guys put their shoulder down, run over some guys, make some guys miss, turn a 6-7 yard play into a 35-yard play, and that's what it's going to take. You know, you can't rely on the guy throwing the ball to an uncovered guy, 35 times a game. You know, you got to force him to stack the box to do those things.
Hayden Moore looked poised in the first half tonight. What can you say about his effort tonight?
Again, you're continuing to see a growth, not just on Saturdays. You're seeing a growth on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and the way he prepares and the things that he's doing. And I think that's where, you're proud of it, but your stomach's upside down and it eats at itself because you can't finish the thing. But I know that there's a lot of these guys that are going in the right direction.
A little bit more of Boone in the slot and Dokes or Warren in the backfield today. Is that something going forward just to get the most talent on the field?
Yeah, we have to. We're got again. There's an evolution to the things that we're doing and finding a way, and we try to get your players on the field. And Mike's been asked to broaden his role, and really I challenged him this week. I challenged him a lot. I said it's easy for you to go back to tailback and each week just figure out a new protection, a little wrinkle here or there. But how can we challenge you to continue to make you a better football player, so you can have a future in this game? And if you want to do it and you really believe that you can do it, then we need to put you in some situations to challenge you as a player.
Some of that also you just got to get those other two on the field as often as possible.
Yeah, it's a combination of a lot of it, but it's again. It's also to challenge guys and to make them get out of their comfort zone. And I think that's what we've done with a lot of guys and we'll continue to do.
Anything else? Thank you.